And this is a Fox News alert. Massive Category 4 hurricane slamming Texas as we speak. By the way, one other note on news tonight. Dr. Sebastian Gorka is out at the White House. He will be on this program on Monday night, and we'll find out what went on there. He told me earlier tonight in a conversation that he feels he can better serve the president in what he is planning to do going forward. I won't reveal it. I'll let him do that himself right here on this show. We continue. We go back to Corpus Christi, Texas. He's on the ground. Steve Harrigan is with us. Steve, listen, we're all praying for you tonight and praying for all the people in Texas that are getting hit with this storm. You know, but when you said to us earlier tonight, with a big gust of wind nearly lifting you off your feet, oh, I'd say this is 90 miles an hour, and really this is nothing. I've been through worse than this. Is it getting worse as you speak? And what do you mean by worse? Because it looks pretty devastating to us watching you.
As far as devastation goes, right now we're seeing small bits of roofs come off, some tile come off, street signs coming down, some stop signs and some stop lights coming down. The rain has picked up as well. The rain is pretty much moving sideways, and there's been about 8 inches of it so far. That could turn out to be the duller but the real story of this storm. If they do get 30 inches of rain, that could create a storm surge of about 12 feet, and that could cause a lot of the destruction. There are right now extreme wind warnings along parts of the coast as the eye of the storm moves to shore. That means gusts of 130 miles or more in parts along the coast. Many of those small towns under mandatory evacuation, but you've just got to hope in places like Rockport that people heeded that evacuation and did actually leave town.
Wow.
A problem with some of the low-lying areas is there's only...
Wow. You okay? All right, Steve, run back inside. That's all right.
Yeah.
Go back inside.
There's only... Sean, I got it. There's only one road in or one road out in a lot of these places, so when it gets flooded out, that's the real danger. Also, first responders, when the wind gets severe, first responders won't come out, and it's obvious why.
Wow. You okay?
So I think we're getting the worst of it right now from this side of the storm. This is the weaker side of the hurricane, so you can imagine north of the eye in places like Rockport what they're feeling. We could see with Category 4 physical destruction of well-made houses and all trees down and snapped. This, along with the flooding and along with the loss of power, you can imagine what we could be looking at over the next 24 hours. And this is, we're seeing small objects move down the street. I think I might have tempted fate before when I said this is nothing, because obviously it's picked up considerably in the last half hour here. In Corpus Christi, this is about the largest population center in the area that's getting hit, about 300,000 people here. They are used to storms, and they are tough about storms, but this storm was deceptive. You know, when you go to enough of these hurricanes, you really get the sense of the inaccuracy of hurricane forecasting without pointing any fingers. So you get all jacked up for what could be a huge hurricane, and people leave their homes, and then they're frustrated when it doesn't happen. This time, it might have been the reverse. This was a very minor storm out in the water, and then it got strong so quickly. And now, man, this is a big story, and I hope people don't lose interest after the drama of the high winds are gone, and we see how these people are doing in the morning.
Well, I want to remind,
Steve,
I want to remind people that the president has offered all federal assistance. It's on its way, and as a matter of fact, he declared and approved a declaration proclamation. Steve, when we came on the air 49 minutes ago, these gusts that are now constant were only occasional. Now it's picked up dramatically in just a short period of time. And, you know, and you're even acknowledging the big difference here. I've asked you this before. When do you pick up and now move on so that you don't get hit with debris? And just so people know, Steve has the ability to walk 5 feet into an underground garage to safety and he knows he can do that at any time, and we feel a little bit of comfort. But we always worry about, you know, whatever's flying in the air, Steve, and you got to worry about that as this thing is now picking up as much as it has.
Yep, it's sort of a field thing right now. I think we're in a pretty good spot. It's dramatic wind, but the street lights are still standing. The buildings are still standing. The large trees are still standing. So I don't think it's a panic mode at this point here. But a Category 4 storm, you know, you've got to wonder, about 30 miles to the north of me, what you're seeing here is magnified a great deal on that north side of the storm, about 30 miles away. Sean, back to you.
Steve, what do you do with the rest of the night now? I know we'll have continuing coverage. Will you move to a little bit of a safer area from this point? Are you going to stay there for a little while? I think I just saw something fly, some debris fly behind you.
Yeah, it's mainly tiles from the building behind me. We were actually over there a little while ago and moved to get away from those tiles.
Are they asphalt tiles or are they hard tiles? Asphalt or hard?
No, they're not. They're not hard.
Wow. Why don't you move back inside, Steve? We really appreciate your coverage. This is an abject lesson for people that don't get out of the way when they're told to evacuate. This is how bad it gets, and it's not even the worst yet. Steve, you can get back to safety. Thank you for your courage, my friend. We really appreciate it. Unbelievable and very scary, and our thoughts and prayers, obviously, with the people of Texas tonight.